Hello Adam, this is Jeff. So I'm looking at your source code, and as you see I have it on the screen. So a couple things that come out, and this is one of the biggest things in programming. First of all, the game that we're creating in class, you have to name the class character, not charter. And the reason being for that is our other classes that we create within the main is looking for character instead of charter. Now you would have to go around and change some of the stuff in the main to make it work. If you called it charter versus character, like this guy right here is trying to create a new character, you'd have to change it to charter. So what I would recommend to make the easiest thing is to change the name of it. So let's right click on it here, go down to refactor and rename it. So let's rename it the character, which will make a lot more sense, I think. Let's see if it'll let us update it. Alright, good. So now we just changed the name of the class to character instead of charter, which will help out a lot. Okay? So going down here, just looking at stuff, hypothetically. One of the things that you're missing is you have a bunch of libraries that you're missing. So as you see here, I'm going to copy libraries that came from my other main program. So what I did is I looked in the main that I've already had, and I'm just copying some of these guys over. So I'm going to do paste here. Alright, so now we have those libraries in there. Alright, so now one of the other things I see here, so you see the image view gets replaced. The rectangle looks good. The spray animation, once again, if you're having a problem, think about, did I spell it right? Okay? If I highlight on it right here, it tells me right off the bat, it says, hey, change to spray animation. So I'm going to do that, because that's what it's supposed to be called. Same thing here. I click on it, change it to spray animation. Look at that, we've already fixed a lot of errors. Alright, so now it comes down here and it says the main.bonus is for each rec. So create a local variable named rec. So that means that it doesn't recognize what the rec is. So what I need to do is I need to evaluate, okay, why is it showing me that it doesn't recognize it? So alright, so where did I get rec at, and what do I have it called in the program? So let's see here. Let me look around what you have here real quick. Just give me a moment. Alright, so one of the things that I did notice here is, now I don't know how it is on your program, because I don't have your main code. But if you have the same thing I do, if you right click on these bonuses here and do a open declaration, it brings up the main class. But we called it wrapped in here. So we describe the rectangle right here. We call it rec. So this object is communicating with that object. Now right now it's a little messed up, and I think the main reason for it being messed up is because right now we don't have the other class called the spray animation created. So it's going to have problems. So let me actually copy and paste something here and make sure it looks good. Alright, so let's uncopy that and see what we had wrong here. So it looks like it was some spelling. Alright, so that's the way that you have, oh geez, I don't want that. Oh, let's go back. Alright, let me unhighlight that, that's a problem. So let me put what I had in here and see, let's compare what was wrong. Alright, so I'll put in here, this is what Adam has, and this is what Jeff has. Alright, so let's compare the two together and see what's happening here. Main.bonuses for each, okay, so if you see right here, I have an extra parentheses. So you would need an extra parentheses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment mine out. And look at that, yours is working fine to this point. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out why your other stuff's not working. So we have main.root. So let's see here. We have the if condition guy right here. I think it's a little off. I'll show you why in a second here. So I'm going to move this guy up over here. So this end brace closes this area right here. So you see you have a starting and an end. Now this guy is your main void because he's the name of your class, and we need that to stop. So I'm going to put the semicolon there. And what we also need is we need a parentheses there. All right, so that closes that because we have one big parentheses around the main there. So we have two objects. So let's do this again. So this is your first bracket. This ends the entire program. We start off with you see how we have two parentheses. We have one around rectangle. We have one around for each loop. So that's why we have to close it here. This bracket belongs to this bracket, the if condition. So we have two brackets, one for the if and one for the main class there. So that fixes that. Now we have a couple other problems here. We have main.root removed. So this right here is a little off. This is what you have. And this is what you need to have. You need to have main.root.getChildren, and then you need to have .remove, and then you need to have, what are you removing? The thing that you have up there, remove rec. And close that off. This is what you should have. So I'm going to comment yours out. Alright, so we still have one more problem. We have the sprite animation not working. The reason that's not working is because we don't have a sprite animation class yet. This is changed to sprite animation. Oh, maybe we have it spelled wrong. We had it spelled wrong. That's all. So right there, our character is now fixed. This code is now working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you this video. And after you get this video, I'll attach the source code that is working that we changed in this session. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thanks.